Hi, and really welcome to this video. My name is Karen Howarth, and I'm really just wanting to share my own COVID journey. I came down with COVID 19 in March 17th, and it was like I'd been hit with something that I'd never experienced really in the whole of my life. I had, palpitations, panic attacks, fatigue, my muscles ached, uh, my mind and my brain wasn't working properly. I had high anxiety, and for me, it was really difficult to cope with, being a meditation teacher, somebody who has used different methods to help calm and use different methods for personal and spiritual development. And on my journey, it took me a while to realize that I could tap into these tools that I had to help me recover. And I think that the kind of pinnacle moment for me was when um, I fainted with a panic attack, and we ended up, calling 111, and felt fortunately everything was okay, but it was a big wake up call for me that I was ill. I needed to slow down. I needed to take all my stress factors as much as I could. And you know, for my own recovery, I developed some meditations and relaxations just to help with the panic attack. And when I'd put the breathing, I remembered a breathing method that I learned many, many years ago as a trained rebirther almost 20 years ago. And I put that into practice, and I haven't, fortunately, not had a panic attack since. But still, the symptoms carried on, fatigue, my mind wasn't working properly, and I kind of battled through it, my breath, my breathing. I was short of breath if I went out for walks, um, or if I did any kind of really physical exercise. And that was like my next phase really in my recovery. Um, and I was actually still doing bits of work, even though I was incredibly ill, really. Um, I'd got a new job in the middle of the pandemic, and fortunately, I could do that at home. And fortunately, at the time, I didn't have any learners, so I was kind of, doing bits of training, and even that was really difficult. I also got an award for my business as well, and I just tried to battle on, you know, learning this training. I realized I couldn't deliver any material, but I started doing a lot of the planning and working on my website. And I just had to, be real about that I can only do so many hours of a day, and I had to rest, and I couldn't go for long walks. And this was like kind of the start of my recovery. And for me, every time I would overdo it, and it was usually by going for a long walk. Hey, I love going for walks. It would put me back, where I'd feel awful, I'd have headaches, my brain would hurt. It's just like this feeling that comes upon you. If the fatigue uh, is incredible, and but I just kept trying to push on, and in my mind it was like, oh, I wanted to go for these walks so desperately, and be with my family, and go out for walks with my family. And it took until July before I finally surrendered that my body wasn't recovered. I wasn't well. I couldn't go for walks, and I had to rest. And I had to accept this, on a deep level. And I told myself, this is only for now. Make these sacrifices. And throughout from March to July, I was very up and down with my own recovery and my own empowerment about my recovery. Like where some days, particularly when I felt I was having a relapse, it was so scared, like what is going on in my body? Can I deal with this? And it was, July was the breakthrough that I decided that I would take my power back, take my control back. And that's when I started putting together my own meditations, really tuning into what my body needed to recover. And that was the turning point where I realized I could have a conversation with my own body. I could have a conversation with my own body systems. I could have a conversation with my own mind and speak to myself in a positive way. And this has helped me. And I'm not going to say for 1 minute it has. I am 100% recovered, and it has, taken the COVID away. But it has helped. It has helped my positivity, my empowerment, and my work that I've been doing has got better and better and better because it's helped me with my mind. I've cleared my mind. And I struggle with the fatigue if I do still too much physically. So I've surrendered that. I'm doing a lot now with my work. I'm doing workshops, I'm doing talks, I'm doing videos, I'm seeing back-to-back clients. And I'm choosing to do that. And that is where my energy is going. And I can't do the long walks as well. But I'm come to a place where I'm happy with that. And I choose to do shorter walks every day. I'm doing things that work for me. So that's my story. I'd really do that you join me in the workshop that I'm delivering, which is free on the 8th of October. I will put the details underneath this video when I have them. Haven't got them yet. And I will share what I've learned over the last 2 months, July, August, September, from putting together these meditations. And I will do a live meditation on the workshop, and anyone that joins me live will receive a free meditation. So I look forward to seeing you then.